Hello, and welcome to another episode of Matter Hacks, brought to you by Actionable Insights. My name is Seth Harrison, and today I want to talk about redacting visual data. Redacting. One of the main reasons contractors and carriers had started using Matterport was to capture as much information as possible, so why exactly might we want to redact something? It is possible that you may end up working in a medical building or a defense contractor, and there's various security issues around sharing a public link to a scan that has sensitive information in it. So there's a couple techniques that you can use to redact visual data in the presentation of a scan for security reasons, medical reasons, etc. So as you can see here, I have logged into my Matterport account, and I'm in our level 2 curriculum in our pre-mitigation scan. And you can see these white circles on the ground as each waypoint of the scan that was performed. And the user has the ability to go out throughout this entire office and see everything here via the dollhouse view and jump over to the nearest scan over here. And that's very helpful. But when we do our level 2 Xactimate class, we only have our students focus on the entry foyer area. Estimating this entire loss takes too much time, so we just have them focus on this front area. So you'll see here in the post-mitigation scan, which we provide to our students for completion of the homework assignment, the farthest they can go is right here. And you'll see these other waypoints that are still there, but they're hidden. So I can hit show and it will come back. And then on the front end, once I hit publish up here, on the front end, it will go there. Now I can continue to go around. I can't even in the back end go to any of these because I've restricted them. So I would actually have to go back and hit show here, and then I can jump to 14. And then I can come over to 17 and I can hit show, and then I can jump over here. And that would keep continuing on and on accordingly. So you have the ability to go to the various waypoints. Once you have to be in edit mode up here, and you can come down to the various waypoints, and you got to click hide and or show. Please note that you should be careful while walking around a scan in the back end during edit, because you can accidentally try and go to 8, for example, and I actually hit 8, and all of a sudden I can't get to 8 anymore. It won't take me there. And so it's important to pay attention to the show/hide that exists in the back end in the edit mode for each waypoint. But if you had a room, for example, that you wanted to scan just to ensure that you got the measurements of that room so that you could order the floor plan or TrueSketch or anything along those lines, you have the option to then remove that waypoint on the front end for the adjuster, user, the policyholder. Maybe the policyholder has a room that they don't want shown in the scan. And so you have the ability to still scan it, get the measurements as you need it, but then remove that waypoint by hiding it on the back end, and it won't show up. So if I were to jump over to the front end, I actually already loaded up over here, and this is what the user would see when you hide a waypoint. You would see all my normal waypoints here, but as you can see, there is actually no way to get over to any of these rooms or areas because all the waypoints beyond the entry foyer have been turned off. You can still, I've actually turned off the dollhouse view as well, but you can still go to the floor plan view here and see the other rooms, but you wouldn't be able to actually jump into any of them. It's just going to the ones that are available and not turned off for the context of our exercise. So that's one excellent way, is to use waypoints and the show or hide feature to remove areas that you don't necessarily want a viewer of the scan to be able to access. An additional way, when you're actually uploading your scan, you can use the trim feature, which will cut off everything beyond the trim. And I'm going to switch over to my iPad here. I've recorded a video that we're going to look at real quick to show you exactly how that feature works. Alright, so I have my Matterport Capture app open. In the bottom right, there's a diagonal line, and that's for marking features. I'm going to select the scissors for the trim tool and drag it across this hallway here. You can swap the label to determine what aspect you want to remove, but everything beyond that remove there will be cut off and completely blacked out when I upload the scan to the Matterport cloud, redacting the visual data accordingly. And switch over completed. So the least institutional way that you can hide information is with matter tags. You can put a collection of matter tags in a spot to hide potentially sensitive information that you wanted to. This is not the most professional technique, nor is it one that I'd really recommend you investing in time in, because you have to ensure from every angle that you're trying to hide that information that the matter tags are hiding it effectively. So this can be a fairly time-consuming exercise, but I just wanted to say that it was possible. Now, we've been given feedback to Matterport based on the feedback we get from you guys. And we've heard that some people would like the ability to maybe black out a sensitive document that you don't necessarily want to show off in the scan. That's something they're looking at. It might happen in the future. I feel bittersweet about it personally because I think that part of the beauty of a Matterport scan is that it cannot be physically altered in any way. It is what it is. But there are some sensitive areas when it comes to medical work or defense contractor or other things where you may want to be able to black out maybe just, for example, a section of this wall that has information on it that you don't want to. But that's not a possibility right now. There's no way to Photoshop a Matterport scan, which makes it absolutely beautiful. So if you need to redact some of the visual data you've captured in your scan, the best way is to turn a waypoint on and off right here through the show and hide. You can also use the trim feature in the iPad to cut off a certain area and all the information behind it. And as a last case resort, you can throw up a collection of matter tags to try and hide something on in a scan. So this has been another Matter Hack. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next week.